Hello friends, thank you for stopping by. So today I want to talk to you about what, in my opinion, is the most important financial word in our whole vocabulary. Now, I'm going to tell you what it is, what it's not, and a few tips and tricks here and there to help you move forward. If that sounds good to you, give this video a like and subscribe because I have all kinds of this content, and let's get into it. Okay. So I'm going to start off with what it is not. It is not investments, it's not interest, it's not savings, not retirement, it's not even frugal. The word that I'm talking about is actually margin. And what margin means is that you have your income and you have all of your expenses, all of your housing costs, your minimum payments on everything, gas, groceries, all of your actual expenses, not your wants and all of that kind of stuff, but your actual bills, what you have to pay to keep the house afloat. That is where your margin is, the difference between your income and all of your bills. That's margin. Now, without margin, you can't do investments. You can't, even do a whole lot of giving because you are just trying to make all of your daily needs. And it's really hard to see other people's needs when yours are right in front of your face. So giving's out the window, investment's out the window, savings is out the window. Now, all three of those things are what build wealth. So without those, wealth building is not even going to happen. It's not in the cards. Now, we need to make it be in the cards. And let me give you a few tips on how to do that. Most people's biggest bill, short of their house or their rent or whatever their housing costs are, is groceries. Now, there's a million how to save money on groceries videos. This is true. I'm just going to give you a few tips here, what I do. I take my budget and my budget right now is $400, right? And so what I will do is take about 25 of that a lot of times, maybe 20, and I will set that aside for things that I find on sale for like stocking up. And then I do that, the more you do that, if you buy like say 1 for now, 2 for later. I didn't make that up, by the way, but I just heard about it and I thought that's a really good rule of thumb. Now you're not going to have every week or every month, however often you shop. You're not going to have all those times to be able to do that. Or you're not going to have as much money every single week or whatever. But on the weeks that you do, that's what I do with it. And so I have, a freezer, I have my pantry, I have to where I can pull things. So a lot of times, all I have to get at the store for the most part is fresh stuff, whether it's produce or milk or, that kind of thing. So that saves tremendously on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis because there's so many things that I don't have to buy because I have them at home. I'm not, kind of starting from scratch all the time. The other thing you can do to lower those costs is when you go to the grocery store, look for the deals, look for the sales, and go to like expensive grocery stores. Like we have Roths in our area, and occasionally I will go in there and buy like discount things, like their meat that's marked down or whatever they have on a really awesome sale or things in their clearance section. I may not need them now, but I can put them in the freezer for later. And so that helps my grocery bill tremendously. The other thing is I know, we want to have good food that that we have that's healthy. Now, if you go out to dinner, you go out to eat, you go through fast food drive-through, all of that kind of stuff. Whenever you do that, it would be actually better to have that stuff at home. You can just pop it in either the microwave, the oven, or whatever, or your air fryer, all of that. If you eat that kind of stuff, you might as well have it at home. So when you can find those things on sale, you might as well bring them home and put them in the freezer, right? Because at that point, it's just as easy to come home and put it in the oven or whatever than it is going to the drive-thru And most of the time, you're not going to feel like crap afterwards. So that's good. Now, along the lines of groceries, is I know we live in a digital world, right? So you can either look at the flyer, or you can just go online to wherever, you know, a couple of different stores in your area in order to see what the sales are and put your whole kind of meal plan. I meal plan-ish. I don't really meal plan. However, I do have a general idea of some of the things I kind of want to have for the week, you know, based on what we have going on in the evening or whatever. I do have a general idea. I don't 100% meal plan like a lot of people do, but the fact that I have, you know, food at my house between my freezers, my pantry, all of that gives me the ability to pull from what I already have. And so if I didn't go to the store for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, say, it wouldn't be catastrophic. I mean, short of, you know, we wouldn't have the fresh produce and the, you know, all of that kind of, we wouldn't have that kind of stuff. But I've got food at my house. So that is one way to add some margin in your budget, is to really, really hone in on that grocery budget. The other thing is for gas. Gas is another one that's a doozy right now, because where I live in the Pacific Northwest, it is almost $5 a gallon. So just taking all of your errands that you have to do for the week, whether it's going to the bank, post office, whatever you have to do, grocery shopping, doing all of those things in one trip rather than constantly going and going and going, because it's also a lot of wear and tear on your car. Most of you, you know, watching this probably live in the city, because most people do. And all of that stop and go, and, you know, it's really detrimental for your car. But anyway, back to the money saving part. Getting all of those things together and doing it all in one fell swoop, rather than, it's also a time saver, rather than going, you know, making a million trips. The other thing I would say is to get a hold of your insurances, whether it's life insurance, car insurance, homeowners, whatever the case may be, and seeing what kind of a deal you can do. And I know that there's some websites where you can go and look and see what all of the, you know, you can type in all your numbers, all your needs and all of that, and you can see what they can, you know, all these different companies can do for you. Or you can just call your, like this month is July, and so our car insurance is due this month. So what I will do, I need to do that soon. What I would need to do is get a hold of my insurance and say, can you do a review? And then they will look and see if they can save you any money. Now, my insurance company, they're a broker, so they have the ability to work with several different companies and give you the best deal out of those. That's what I would recommend. We've used that for years, and sometimes, you know, many times we've changed it. So that's another one. And another one I would say is seeing if there's anything that you can do to maybe add on the income side. And you can do, if you could do all of these things, the amount of margin in your budget would be fabulous. I mean, it would probably double or triple if we could do all of it at the same time. Now, and I know the whole extra jobs, or, you know, maybe not extra jobs, but extra little, you know, bits and pieces here and there to make some money here. I know it can seem daunting, and I totally understand that. If we can't do that side, then let's go with the side of expenses. Now, oh, I just thought about this one too. Another thing that we do that lessens our expenses is I don't buy any cleaning products short of laundry soap and maybe some Dawn or whatever. The rest of it, I just make myself. There is so many websites, so many YouTube channels and whatever. Yeah, I just make my own, and it saves me that $50 a month. I don't buy that stuff hardly ever. I probably buy Dawn dish soap maybe once a year. Buy the big thing at Costco. The point is to try to lower the expenses and or upping your income. And when we do that, when we do this like 1-2 punch, the amount of margin we have grows to where we can give to others, because we're not so focused on, you know, hand to mouth kind of thing, because we have no room to do anything. So we're able to see outside of what we have going on. And then also, it allows you to have some room in your budget to pay off debt, to invest, to put into savings for your emergency fund. So that is what I had today, guys. And if there's any other kind of ideas that you have for like the groceries, definitely put it down in the comments so we can all read it. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.